This video isn't with my fish or anything like that. It is a restoration video while I was helping my grandma clean out her house. I come across something that I had seen before, kind of forgot about because I just didn't think there was any hope or whatever of me obtaining it. But Grandpa passed away a few months ago, so and it is this. This used to be my uncle's before he passed away too. This was probably his favorite gun. It was easily one of his top 5 favorite guns. He had double barrel 12 gauge, 7mm, 308, all that kind of stuff. But this gun, he let his father-in-law borrow it, and father-in-law fell asleep with a cigarette and burnt their house to the ground, and this was in the fire along with the 12 gauge a 12 gauge shot or double barrel shotgun, and I think a poke stock 12 gauge, and the poke stock was, the barrel was warped and everything. It was just totally gone. But this, I'm pretty sure this is the 45 Colt version. It is a Ruger Vaquero. It is not the new Vaquero. It has a serial number of 5788048, and that puts this gun being made in 2001. I do not see anywhere on the barrel the caliber. Oh, right there, 45. Right underneath. It's just super hard to see. Right under that Ruger Vaquero. This is a 45 Colt. I do not know if this is a single action. I haven't really dug into it a whole bunch. As far back as the hammer or the trigger, how far forward the trigger is, it might be a double action. But this thing was in the fire and it is locked up tight. The trigger is locked up. I know you can't twist the cylinder until the loading breech or whatever you want to call that is open. And it's like it wants to, but there's quite a few parts where it makes constant contact. And this thing, I think what had happened was the fire took it just about took all the finish off. It might have even took all the finish off. I don't remember. I think this was blued. But what my goal is in these videos, this video, or however many I make of this, my goal is that I want to get this thing in working order again. The cylinder pin is locked up tight. This piece moves, but the ejector, this is the ejector pin, it bumps the cylinder where the cylinder doesn't spin. So I've heard that if you take transmission fluid, ATF, and acetone, it gets into the cracks and crevices and it really lubricates it up and eats the rust and stuff out to open it up. I know there is an old barrel or bucket with ATF in it from whenever we changed out the transmission fluid in my mom's Durango. I've got some PB Blaster right here. I'm going to make like a concoction of PB Blaster, transmission fluid, alcohol. They said acetone but I don't think I have any acetone, so I'll put alcohol in it, and that will hopefully thin out the transmission fluid to really seep into this to break that rust loose. Once this opens, then the cylinder might free up, but it's got a lock that whenever this is closed, this will spin to a barrel and then lock into place. But I'm going to go ahead and I guess stop talking, and I'm going to go outside and try to get some of the transmission fluid if it hasn't all run out of the bucket. Okay, my GoPro, I turned my my beep down because I was gonna make a bunch of hunting videos, and so I didn't know. That's why I was checking with my ring. But I just went outside, found this. It's a snap into a Slim Jim. And first thing I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take some regular PP Blaster. WD-40 is good for breaking apart rust, creeping in and kind of creating a barrier. This stuff pretty much eats it. So I'm gonna really get in there. Just really get a nice thick layer in there. Okay, that is basically one full can of WD-40. There's about an inch of fluid in there. I've got, ooh, look at this. What is this? Canola oil. Don't mind if I do. And just doing everything as much as we can. I'm not worried about saving stuff. I want this gun to work. Okay. Now, the whole thing of 2-stroke motor oil that my grandma gave me, that's probably every bit of like 15-20 years old. Oh yeah. Let's go ahead and get it all in there. So hopefully I'll go get some isopropyl, and then like I'll fill it as much as I can the rest of the way with transmission fluid. I'll let all of that stuff work itself in. I'm just looking around for more stuff to put in it, to be honest with you. But I'm gonna go ahead and take a few water bottles out and get like 30 something ounces of transmission fluid and get them dumped in here. Okay, so I found some things. You know, them guns, they always got bad breath, so we're gonna take care of that. And ingredients: alcohol. So I'm gonna get me a little bit drunk. Yeah, that's about it for that. Now you want to get the pre-mix gas. You know, you gotta have you gotta get your water gas mix plus the varnish gas. Gotta have that. You know, it's top of the line quality. and you want to get your used motor oil, got like 1.5 million miles in it. That's the best. I mean, it's nice and fluidized. It's got its, it's not a youngster anymore. It's not a freshman. It's a senior citizen. It's got some miles to it. Now, kids, PSA, public service announcement. You never want to mix these two chemicals. Ever. Don't do it. Because, they might do some really not nice things when you mix them together. So, you always want to get 2 separate containers whenever you're getting gas and or oil. And it's got a little bit of water in it, but, whatever. Now, like I said, always get separate containers because you never want this stuff to mix, okay? Just it's bad for your health. That's why you always get separate containers. You never mix these two. There we go. Now that these, like I said, never mix these two. Nothing's good. Nothing's going to happen. Go ahead and get that fresh breath up in here. Do a little bit of a little spurt. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Had real bad breath, y'all. You just don't understand. Real bad breath. Okay. Oh yeah, that's good breath. That's fresh breath right there. Good job. Gotta practice healthy dental hygiene. Okay, so we got the fresh breath-o-matic going. Got that fresh breath bath. I say that a couple times real fast. Transmission fluid was a bust. That bucket was empty. So while we've got that marinating, I will just pretty much sit here. And it is, let me find my phone, probably close to 1:17 in the morning. So I will pick this back up same day later on this evening, and I will take it out of its very strange concoction of chemicals. See what it looks like. See you then. Several hours later, probably close to 8, because it is like 10. It's almost 11, so it's been soaking for about 10 hours. I have not got it out yet. I had it outside. Might be better off if it was heated up. It might have got into it better. But let's see what it looks like. Let me put it. I need something to sit it on. This don't fit. Still feels really solid. Well, that did not work, I don't think. Ouch. Why did you have to do that, gun? maybe putting it in the oven actually like further heating it up, making it all expand. Maybe that'll work, because I don't think anything opened up. Wait a minute, the hammer, it come back. I can hear the turkey outside. I need to see what it would take to get this here latch open. I don't want to pry. Okay guys, so it's been several hours and quite a bit of work, but as you can see, once that pin is out of the way, the cylinder spins. It's not super free, like right there, there's a little bit of a catch, but now it catches right there. It's got a few little kinks it needs to work out, but the biggest part is you can see that trigger. That's what I got, but what I gotta figure out is why the cylinder, I can't, and you gotta pry. I haven't got this thing working 100% yet. This piece you just have to pry open. It's not near as hard at all to pry as it was before. It doesn't make the clicky noise. So I'm thinking there's still some rusted parts stuck in here. So I need to figure out why it is not rotating every time the trigger's pulled. I don't really think anything's broke inside of the gun. I think there's just something that's seized up that needs to be freed up. So I'm gonna watch a couple videos on getting this thing figured out. I've been sort of tinkering around with maybe making a set of grips for it. I might have to make another, because that's what I ended up with. I'm only using a grinder and a bandsaw that doesn't have the deck on it, so it's hard to get things completely level, so I'm probably going to have to make another set. Okay guys, an update on the revolver. Something's going right. You can see the pin kinda starting to show. It does make the noise. Kinda. Still, this pin catches cylinder sometimes, so you gotta make sure it stays up and out of the way. Actually, okay, this should do plenty good at keeping it up and out of the way. But it is starting to get, and I know that it's not supposed to, once this closes, it's not supposed to do that. It's a work in progress, you know. It's okay. Future Jacob here. as you can tell, I have picked up a pretty nasty cold. But this is future. I filmed this video like a week, no, not quite a week ago, but like 4 or 5 days ago. I think I finally got to a point with the revolver. I haven't recorded a whole lot of it because I just genuinely got so just like upset and lost with it. Whenever I recorded this video, I had already made like 2 or 3 of the scales, like the grips. The ones that I show in the video were like the second or third ones. The revolver, from what it looked like before, this is what it looks like now. I had put a zip tie here because this thing, the spring, kept it would fall into the cylinder and it would lock the cylinder up. So if you were trying to do something like that, it just wouldn't work. And again, I still have a little bit of shaping along the bottom here and a little bit on the inside here, but these are basically done. I would rather just keep this gun as it is, as a memoriam piece, and just keep it at that. So, as cool as it would be to have this thing functioning and, you know, able to fire, sometimes you just have to bite the bullet. But I appreciate you guys for watching. I'm absolutely, I love how this thing turned out. Just kind of thinking about it just sort of chokes me up a little bit, because, you know, this was a big part of my uncle's life and he was a big part of my life. So this was a labor of absolute love. I love this gun. Sorry guys. To see it this far from just a hunk of metal that pretty much didn't do nothing it's just a big deal to me. I put so much effort into this, but sometimes just there's nothing you can do. Getting this thing to where it would fire again would be dangerous. It would always be dangerous. The frame, it's always, there's always a risk that this gun would be way too that the fire did mess with the heat treat. So I'm gonna take these down, sand them to what I feel fit, and go ahead and solder the initials into it, and we'll just that'll be at that. I appreciate you guys for watching. Again, I hope you enjoyed. Sorry that this kind of turned into what it did. I hope you guys enjoyed the little funny parts with the oil and the gas and all that. I enjoyed making it. And if you want to see more funny, spoofy stuff like that, then let me know. And on that note, I will catch you guys in the next one. Later.